Would you kindly stand to salute the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll call the meeting to order, but first order of business, first of all, I'd like to welcome two new selectmen, Paul Bunker and Roger Woods, to the board, and thank former Selectman Tim Chapin for his years of service to the town of Abington. As is the first order of business after the election, the board has to reorganize. We fall into a period of, for all you Latin enthusiasts, sede vacante, which means the chair is empty. So at this point, I'll turn it over to the town manager, and he'll conduct the election for chairman.
Do I have any nominations for
I'd like to
chairman?
make a motion to nominate Kevin Dunham as chairman and Suzanne DeJustburg as vice chairman.
I'll second both.
Do we have any other nominations? Any other nominations? With no other nominations, I'll take a vote. Roll call vote, please. Mr. Damasio?
Yes.
Mr. Bunker?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Justburg?
Yes.
Mr. Donovan?
Yes.
Mr. Donovan, I'll hand the gavel that I don't have back over to you.
Thanks very much. And as part of and thank you to the members of the board for your confidence. I took over as chairman back in January, so this will be the first year, if you will, serving since I've been back. As it relates to one thing I do want to state, our town charter was enacted in 2004, so 20 years ago. And during that period of time, and this is no one's fault, it's institutionally, it's kind of crept into the mindset of how the selectmen serve, and I want to try and readjust ourselves and make it more in conformance with the charter. Past boards of selectmen have, because we changed to a town manager form of government, the mindset back then and kind of carried itself through is that the selectmen's role was diminished. Well, that's not what the charter says. And the charter requires that the selectmen, if they govern, they have to govern through policy directives to the town manager and department heads. And I would like to get us back on track in that regard, only because we've had every time there's an election, you get a lot of comments from the townspeople, and clearly that came through ringingly, at least to me, from the people that feel as though the selectmen need to step up their game in terms of being more involved. And I think that involves being informed and have an understanding of what's going on within the government. Clearly, a government doesn't work unless there's a check and a balance. And we were elected as, from the policy standpoint, to provide check and a balance and accountability. And I think I'd like to, adhere to the provisions of the charter that was adopted 20 years ago so that we can, fulfill our role and understand for the people that, they spend a lot of money in taxes to ensure that we deliver our services, and we want to make sure that that we're on top of it. So with that said, I'm going to ask each of the selectmen, think about, from a policy standpoint, what the concerns that you've heard from residents, and I would like you to give me your recommendations, at which point I'll formulate them into policy statements that will be on the agenda that we can debate and vote on. And once those policy statements are debated and voted on, they're not suggestions, they're not recommendations, they are just what they say, policy directives. And in accordance with the charter, the selectmen can adopt broad policy guidelines which are to be implemented by officers and employees serving under it. So I know the next scheduled meeting, I don't believe we're going to have a full board, so I'll put it on for the meeting in June. So give that some thought, pardon me, if you will. First, before I go further, do any selectmen wish any comments? But I do have a little bit more I want to discuss before we get into the order of business.
I have several, but I'll put them in a policy statement and
Okay.
send them over.
All righty. Mr. Bunker, anything?
Nope, I'm good.
Kevin?
I'm good.
Okay, Suzanne?
Yeah,
All
good.
set. All righty. Couple of things. We've had actually, I want to offer congratulations on behalf of the board and the town on two instances resulting in the fire department as well as other departments involved. One, there was could have been a tragic situation where a child, and I'm not going to say the names or the addresses to protect the family, but a child got up on the roof of a house and had some, some problems himself, and the fire department went up there and was able to handle it in such a manner that they were able to extract the child, from the roof, which could have been a horrific situation. So I want to offer on behalf of the board our congratulations to the chief and the members of the department, for their effort there. The other thing was we had a fire, not this weekend, but the weekend before, at 500 North Quincy Street. And those of you that may not be familiar with 500 North Quincy, it's a sprawling apartment building that was built in the 1970s, contains roughly 91 units of apartments. Because at the time it was constructed, there were no sprinklers in the building, which at the time the code did not require. The roof area is completely open, so there are no fire stops. When the fire department got the call at 11:30 at night, they got there, the first arriving companies found people almost jumping or jumping from the second or climbing down from the third floor balconies. They had reports of people trapped in the building, and the fire was ensuing. They were able to extract everybody from the building. They were able to put the fire out before it got going up above, which would have raced right through that building. And all you need to do is look what happened in Randolph yesterday, where they had a similar building, similar structure, and it was a total loss. So with that, I want to thank, and on behalf of the town, not only the fire department, but the mutual aid companies that responded in that regard, as well as the aftermath. Now, the aftermath, we had over 100 people that were displaced. The Deputy Emergency Management Director, Lindsay Wright, and the building inspector, along with the Council on Aging Director, were able to open up the senior center and bring some of the displaced people down there, and working with the Red Cross throughout the day, was able to get them placed at the Holiday Inn Express in Brockton. So we were able to accommodate, that. So it was a complete cohesive working environment, not only from the mutual aid departments, but clearly from the departments in town, that were able to mitigate any potential problem. As it relates to the residents that were displaced, I know that there's still going to be people that are not going to be able to get back into their apartments. So if anybody has gift cards that they would like to donate, please feel free to drop them off at the Board of Health office to Lindsay Wright, so that we can follow up on that. And the last two things I have, before I get into a number of
Mr. Chairman, can I just say something in regard to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion that we bring in our first responders, Director of Council on Aging, everybody involved in those two incidents to the next meeting so we can give them accommodation. I think all too often, all we hear about is the negative stuff rather than the positive. So being as it's my first meeting, I want to start off on a different foot. So maybe get with Lindsay and the fire chief, and let's get a list together of everybody involved and bring them in the next meeting so we can, thank
Sure.
them and show our appreciation. And most of all, make sure the townspeople are aware of who these people are that work to
Yeah,
protect us. So, Chief, we'll
Absolutely.
be in touch with you to get that list. And I'd also like to send a letter to all the towns that supply us mutual aid and thank them, which I know we do it for them and they do it for us, but let's take an extra step and thank them.
Yep,
So they know
absolutely.
we appreciate it. Sorry, I didn't want to jump in, but
No,
before
that's
we go
very
on to
good.
the next.
In concert with that, we have, in past months, people have seen that we had an old 1948 fire engine that was donated back to the town that the selectmen a while ago accepted, and there's been a question of restoration. Selectman Woods and myself have been working on that, and I'm happy to report that we've located a motor and a transmission, and hopefully a person in East Bridgewater to be able to put the motor in. So we're going to be looking to raise in the neighborhood of maybe $6,000 to $7,000 to at least get that up and running. My goal would be to have that refurbished, so when we open the new station, of which we'll get a report from the committee on later on, at a subsequent meeting, so we could have it for that. And lastly, I think it's kind of interesting, but in 1921, we had an old fire engine that went down to Edaville Railroad and ended up disappearing. It went out to the middle of the country. Well, we found out it resurfaced in England. And the gentleman in England has corresponded with the fire department to ask the history of it. I happen to be going over to England again this year, and I've made contact with him, and I'm going to hook up with him so that I can get a picture of the old engine and him and what have you. And while I'm there, I'm going to go to Abington-on-Thames, which the town of Abington was named after in 1712. I've been corresponding with the mayor and the mayor-elect over there, so they'll be receiving me, and we'll have, hopefully a sister. We did a resolution that we'll present to them, and I'll smile, and you can put it on Facebook at some point, I guess. And lastly, just for the board, be aware that coming up, there's Derby Day at the Council on Aging for the luncheon. The Firefighters Sunday is June 9th at 9 a.m. at the Council on Aging. The town of Rockland has its 150th anniversary parade on Saturday, June 15th at 9:30 a.m. that the chairman of the Rockland Selectmen has invited us to participate in. And lastly, I attended the Vietnam Veterans Remembrance yesterday, and the Congressman Lynch had to, at the last minute, cancel his appearance for the Arch today. So that's my little brief dissertation, and with that, we'll move right into the business. Chief, if you want to come up and bring up the town clerk, the firefighter Tom Furness, and Bill and Lisa, do you want to stand up there too? No. Tom's parents.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As far as the positive comments you made for all of us, thank you on behalf of the entire department. It's been a busy stretch for us. We've had a couple of serious motorcycle crashes in the last couple of weeks. We had the fire. We had someone in their early 30s in cardiac arrest that the crews resuscitated and went home without any deficits, which is an amazing accomplishment. So we're very proud of what everybody's been doing, and it's been very, very busy. I'll echo what you had said also, Mr. Woods and Donovan. Abington's second to none as a community. That fire the other night challenged us in ways as a community that we haven't seen in the 3 decades I've been here. All town departments across the board, I couldn't have been prouder of Abington. Everybody worked together, gave the best outcome for these folks. From the mutual aid communities that 25 minutes into the incident, we're bringing pets out, and someone had mentioned that it looked like Noah's Ark coming out the door. It was, everybody doing all the little things here and there, people coming in from Middleborough off duty to help out, all the town departments. So thank you, to those departments. Tonight we get to do something special, and it's exciting because it's the best part of the job. Tonight we're going to do the official badge pinning of firefighter paramedic Tom Furness. Tom we were familiar with because he rode with us as a paramedic intern a few years ago. It's a rare thing to be able to get some insight into someone coming into their career ahead of time. So we had a little bit of familiarity with him. Tom's been on the department close to a year now. He actually took the opening that was created when Chief Nuttall retired in mid-May. Tom graduated the Brockton Fire Academy recently, did a phenomenal job. He's also been doing a lot of calls in between, working with the guys, and he's gaining valuable experience. So I don't want to talk all night, but I can tell you that Tom's going to have a great career ahead of him. Young guy, got a good head on his shoulders, and he's with great people, and he's become part of the family. So officially, we want to pin him tonight. So I'll have his mom and dad, Mom, Lisa, and Bill, go ahead, you do the honors.
Is Leanne here? Where is she? Very good. Very good. If I could, too, Chief, I just want to mention, I attended the graduation, and the thing that I found that was very impressive to me is that the amount of time that the firefighters previous to Tom going to the academy spent with him. And clearly, it makes a difference. Many years ago, I was on the staff of the Mass Firefighting Academy, and you could tell the new recruit candidates coming in if the ones that hadn't been trained by the department, and clearly it's a testament to your leadership and to your men that they spent a lot of time with him. And the comments I heard when I got there from some of the people was that his performance was as a result of all of that. So again, thank you for that as well. And we'll have the town clerk come up and
We're
swear
going to have her
in.
come up, and I appreciate the comments, and just to let you know, we heard the same thing. So the people that made the difference prior to him going to the academy, you can look right behind me. These are the folks that paid the, paid the dividends on that. So, Lena, if I could have you come up. It's all yours. It's all yours.
I state your name.
I, Thomas Furness,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and
the
defend
Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and general laws
the Constitution and general
of
laws
the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
the charter and bylaws
the charter and bylaws
of the town of Abington,
of the town of Abington,
and I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
and to the best of my ability
and to the best of my ability
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office to which
of the office to which
I have been appointed.
I have been appointed.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So we were teasing Tom ahead of time, saying that hopefully he had a 5-page speech prepared, and
We won't put
yeah, I
that
told him that we wouldn't do that to him. But thank you all for your time tonight. So,
Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
very good. Okay, thank you. The hour of 6:40 having arrived, we have a public hearing on the request of a transfer of the commercial garage license from Speedy Oil Change, George Topper, manager, to Simon's Automotive Service Center. Simon Tellis, Jr., manager, 740 Brockton Avenue. Is there a motion to open the hearing?
Motion to open hearing?
Motion made and seconded.
A second.
I just need to make mention of the fact that Selectman DeMazio is joining us by Zoom, so all our votes will be roll call. Question comes on the motion, Mr. DeMazio. Roll call.
Yes.
Mr. Bunker.
Yes.
Mr. Woods.
Yes.
Mr. Justburg.
Yes.
I vote yes. This hearing is open. Mr. Tellis, are you here with us?
Present.
Come right up if you may. Basically, you have, for the board, you have the application before you. The building department has passed the inspections on it. The applicant is looking for 10 customer spaces and 4 employee spaces. Hours of operation Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nothing on Saturday or Sunday. Everything appears to be in order, the plot plan and so forth. Are there any questions from the board?
Everything's in order, I have no questions.
Yeah, no questions?
Nope.
Since it's a public hearing, are there any residents or any members of the public that would like to opine on this? If not, hearing or seeing none,
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve the license transfer.
can we just close
I'm
the hearing,
sorry.
then we'll do
Sorry.
that? Yeah.
Don't jump into that.
I'm sorry, I'm just jumping ahead. Motion to close the hearing?
Motion made to close the hearing, is there a second?
I'll
I'll
second.
second.
Motion made, question comes to the motion, Mr. DeMazio.
Yes.
Mr. Bunker.
Yes.
Mr. Woods.
Yes.
Mr. Justburg.
Yes.
I vote yes. Now, motion to approve. Is there
Motion
a-
to approve the license transfer.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded, is there any discussion? If not, question comes on the motion, Mr. DeMazio.
Yes.
Mr. Bunker.
Yes.
Mr. Woods.
Yes.
Mr. Justburg.
Yes.
I vote yes. You're all set.
You're all set.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, very
Thank
good.
you.
R 645, having arrived, a request to transfer a common victual license from Aroma Pizza and Grill LLC, I can't even say that, Harielos Theodori to Aroma Pizza and Grill, Aber Palugi and Romanio Sacasi, managers 143 North Quincy Street. I'm sorry if I butchered the names. A motion to open the hearing.
You make a
moved.
motion?
Motion made, is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Roll call vote, Mr. Damasio.
Yes.
Mr. Bunker.
Yes.
Mr. Woods.
Yes.
Mr. Justburg.
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion, the hearing is now open. Is the applicant here? It's essentially a common victual license. They would, if it's approved, it's, a common victual license goes back to colonial times, if you will. They still have to have approval from the Board of Health. So this is more of a ministerial, thank you very much. A ministerial issue. The Health Board just makes notice that they would need a food service permit, so this is actually a two-step process. Are there any other questions from the board? Any questions from the audience, it being a public hearing? If not, is there a motion to close the hearing?
Motion to close the hearing?
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Question comes in the motion, roll call, Mr. Damasio.
Yes.
Mr. Bunker.
Yes.
Mr. Woods.
Yes.
Mr. Jesper.
Yes.
I vote yes. Hearing is closed. Question comes on adoption of the license. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the license transfer, or is that what we're doing, transfer?
Yeah, for
Yes.
a common victual, yep. Motion made, is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Question comes on the motion, Mr. Damasio.
Yes.
Mr. Bunker.
Yes.
Mr. Woods.
Yes.
Mr. Jesper.
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay, approve the minutes of March 25th. What's the pleasure of the board?
I have to abstain.
Yep.
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
Motion is made, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Damasio seconds. Any questions? If not, roll call on acceptance. Question comes on acceptance. Mr. Damasio.
Yes.
Mr. Bunker.
I abstain.
Abstain. Mr. Woods.
Abstain?
Mr. Jesper.
Yes.
I vote yes. Request from Old Colony Planning Elder Services for Board of Directors nomination, Ann Welch. Ann is currently on the Board of Directors for the Old Colony Elder Services, and she wishes to be reappointed to that position. Are there any questions or a motion?
Motion to approve Ann Welch?
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and
Second.
seconded. Any discussion? If not, question comes on the motion. Mr. Damasio.
Yes.
Mr. Bunker.
Yes.
Mr. Woods.
Yes.
Mr. Jesper.
Yes.
I vote yes. Town managers report.
Abington Copes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Abington Copes. Abington Copes is looking to do their annual road race in September. It's a 5K. It's an annual event. There has never been any issues with it. I just that they get with you and work out.
They've reviewed it with all of public safety, and they're
That's
all
fine.
approving it.
Okay, what's the pleasure of the board?
Motion to approve?
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Question comes on the motion. Mr. Damasio.
Yes.
Mr. Bunker.
Yes.
Mr. Woods.
Yes.
Mr. Jesper.
Yes.
I vote yes.
Do we designate a selectman to run in that event also?
It won't be me, I
I'll
can tell you that.
New guy.
It's a tradition.
Town managers report.
Okay, again, apologies to anybody who did show up for Congressman Lynch's press conference today. It was sort of a last-minute cancellation. We are looking forward to rescheduling that. Obviously, we want to, thank him and certainly receive the $1 million that we need quite desperately for that project. Currently, we're just preparing, we're doing our FY24 closeout, working with Powers and Sullivan, our auditors, to wrap things up. And as you can see, the DPW is out there right now, working, they're getting the fields ready, cleaning the streets, and getting everything, ready for summer. And I'd like to say the same thing, just a job well done to our police, fire, DPW, building department, everybody who was involved, our senior center, all of, the things that happened at that fire were pretty incredible how they got together. And I was out of town and very glad to hear that they worked very well together and got their mission accomplished, so That's all I have.
Very good, thank you. Any questions of the town manager from the board?
None, I just have a couple things that.
Sure, go right
that's
ahead.
appropriate to bring up.
Yep,
Next agenda, or the agenda after things, I just wanted to mention it, you don't need to take a vote, I'll just submit them and as you see fit. One is I'd like the building commissioner to come up and give us an update on 10 Railroad Street, just some things that I've been hearing since the recent run for selectmen. I think, he knows what's going on, people at town hall know, but the public aren't aware of exactly what's going on. One of the things I'm gonna be pushing for is to get things before the board so the people that watch the meetings will know what's going on. So I'd like to have his presence at the next meeting to give us an update on 10 Railroad and anything else that he sees fit. I know they've been getting a lot of complaints lately for things that they've acted on, and I'd like to see that get out there publicly so people know that the town's hearing what they say. Also, I heard the worst injury we had at the apartment fire was him being attacked by a cat, so.
mauled by a tiger.
Mauled by, I think in his report, it did say mauled by a tiger, so I want to point that out. Another thing I'm going to be bringing up is a beautification program for the town. I'll submit that so everyone can look at it and see what they think. I'd like to have on the agenda a discussion on capping the landfill. I know it's kind of in limbo at the moment, but I'd like to bring in Senator Keenan and get him on board so we can push DEP to get that done. Also like to have the DPW Fire Department chairman, or whoever they see fit on that board, to come in and give the town an update, since I have had about 1,000 questions on what's going on with that. And also a discussion at the next meeting about what's going on with Center and North School.
Okay,
That's it for now.
we will put those on.
Thank you.
And anybody else? If not, I'll accept a motion to go into executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Section 21A2, to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, to wit, the chief of police. Is there a motion?
I'll make a
moved.
motion.
Motion made, is there
I'll
a second?
it. Not to reconvene?
Not to reconvene, yeah.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, roll call, Mr. Damasio.
Yes.
Mr. Bunker.
Yes.
Mr. Woods.
Yes.
Mr. Jesper.
Yes.
I vote yes. Thank you and good evening.